guys, welcome to the No Good Sports Show. It's definitely been a while.
Been way too long.
Oh wait, there's a guy missing here, isn't there?
Yeah, there's
Three of us. There's four of us, aren't we, right?
There's three of us because we fired Ali.
Oh,
I will cancel you guys.
He's in background. He's been demoted, technically.
Yeah. But because of that, we've saved some money. We bought ourselves a nice mic, a nice green screen. Everything looks good.
Oh wow, the view's so pretty.
Yeah, but our man here, we spent a little bit too much. So our man here forgot to go to the barber shop or buy a shaver. As you can tell,
Yeah.
There's some different
It's not that
going on
bad.
nowadays.
It's a business decision. I definitely think it looks good.
Whatever helps you sleep at night. But let's get back to the show here.
Well, let's get back to today. You know what? Let's talk about the Raptors. They're doing amazing right now. Second place in the East, third place in the league, I believe. What are your thoughts on so far how they're doing?
You know, I think right before the All-Star break, that 15-game win streak, I think we put the league back on notice. The Raps are here to play. They're not just here to contend, be a playoff team, get out second round. You know, I think they're going to actually give other teams a tough go. But you never know. Like, you know, the Bucks and everyone, they're a tough team to beat.
Yeah, I agree. Like, realistically, we're the closest thing to a challenge towards the Milwaukee Bucks. No one else right now is going to pose a challenge like we do. And we beat them last year. We stopped Giannis in the playoffs. So we have that mental edge that, you know,
We've done it once before.
Yeah, so why can't we do it again? And, you know, yeah, we don't have Kawhi Leonard this year, but we have OG. And
Come on, man. Have some self-respect.
OG's not as good as Kawhi, but, you know, it's a piece. It's a piece in there. Pascal's better. Hopefully Marc Gasol keeps up his form and maybe his health if he can make it to the playoffs this year. And then, you know, anything will happen in the playoffs.
See, I think as a team, we're just so deep. We have a 9-10 man roster. Each player just so good. Consistently every night we're having like 7-8 players drop double figures, including today. But, you know, we just don't have that one superstar, one player that's like definitely better than the rest of us. And every championship team in history has had that one player who's just better.
The depth thing, in the playoffs, you're not going to go more than 8, you know?
That's why depth is so important.
You're 8, no, but you're 8. You need 8. You know, you can have 10 in the playoffs. You'll go down to 11 due to injuries. But you're 8 that you'll need off the playoffs, 3 off the bench. Maybe you'll go 4 deep. But it's your 8 that will really help you decide the game. And I think that Raptors 8, it's core, it's strong. But, you know, we're still lacking that one superstar. If we see the previous years, the championships won, other than maybe Dallas's Dirk, where Dirk was the superstar. Every other year, it's been LeBron, Steph Curry, KD. There has to be a superstar. Kawhi's won it for a year last year, and then when he was with the Spurs, we all know how great the Spurs were. But
Definitely.
I think Siakam still needs that step up. He's done well, you know. He's exceeded expectations in a way, but he's still one step away maybe from that top tier.
So
I think what you guys are both missing as well is when it was you need that big superstar is because Golden State Warriors had 3 of the best players in the league: Steph, Klay, and Durant. Before that, Miami Heat had 3 of the best players in the league: in Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron. Now the league is more balanced. You look at the West. There's 3-4 teams that can come out from there. Realistically, there's 2 to 3. If we're talking about Clippers, Lakers, and Rockets, all 3 of them have a duo. They don't have a trio of superstars. They have a duo of superstars. Now you go to the East, where you got the Celtics, who got really good players. Kemba is probably their main player. Then you go to the 76ers, where their duo is Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Hasn't really worked out. It's scary for them. And then, obviously, Toronto Raptors, you're looking at Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry, and then Milwaukee, Giannis being the best player in the East and maybe in the league. But you look at it now and you say, it's not hard for a team to go and win without a superstar or the superstar. That's why I fancy the Raptors in the playoffs.
you fancy their chances?
Yeah.
You know what? Let's talk about the juicy stuff. How far do you think the superstarless Raptors? Well, they're not a starless team. I think Kyle Lowry, Siakam, they're both stars. They're all-stars, definitely. But I don't think they're superstars. How far do you think the superstarless Toronto Raptors will go in the 2020 playoffs?
You know, I think it depends on where they seed at the end and where other teams seed. I think as a Raptor fan, I'd want them to come second because the 7th and 8th seed would be the easier games. You'd want to avoid Pacers at 6, at the moment Philly at 5th, and then you got the Celtics and Heat at 3rd and 4th. But as a Raptors fan, I prefer the Raptors second, and then the second round, I would take the Celtics over the Heat. Just because the Celtics are more of a solo one-on-one team, which the Raptors can defend better.
Would we go against them, or would we go against the Philly-Indiana thing?
No, but if they come
Oh,
third,
gotcha.
I'd say third they would face Indiana, and I think Celtics
I feel
can
like
beat Indiana.
the role Indiana has, and they still Victor Oladipo still getting healthier. I feel like the first round matchup, as I believe we're going to finish second. We're probably going to face Nets, or they're probably going to go lower because Kyrie and KD are both confirmed out. But you're going to face a Magic Nets first round. I don't want to jinx it, but I think we can beat them. Second round, I believe the way Philly and Boston have fallen. I think
Boston
Indiana.
doing well though.
Boston doing well. Kemba Walker just got fluid drained from his knee. You know how big of a deal that is?
Oh my god, it
Yeah.
almost every game, bro.
Nah, not fluid out of
No, but not fluid. But come on, like it's an injury where
they're a one-on-one team.
they're one-on-one team. But
I think not even Celtics. I think every team in the East, like we can beat. The Raptors can beat every team in the East apart from the Bucks. Obviously,
I think where the challenge comes is Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think we can beat Indiana, Philly, Boston in the second round. The problem becomes the Eastern Conference Finals. We can make a prayer that Miami's rookies pull through and we face them in the Eastern Conference Finals, but from the looks of it, repeat of last year's Eastern Conference Finals. And
not the cards.
But here's the thing. In that point, I'm gonna say if they face the Giannis and the Bucks in the conference finals, the one thing that we'll have an edge over
defense
is that we've been there and we've done that. Not defense. Their defense is great as well. Their defense is actually one of the best in the league. Like we say, our defense is good. Theirs might be better, probably. They have Giannis, man. I think that says more than enough. Like, is it really?
We've got OG.
What about OG?
Did you forget the All-Star game where Giannis just straight up locked LeBron? Like, come on, like he's a good defender. Like LeBron's a great player, but like,
Are we forgetting Kyle Lowry taking the first ever charge in All-Star?
Oh, while we're on thing, can we just talk about first two? Can we just talk about how?
should have been three.
Can we just talk about how good this year's All-Star game is? Let's just talk about how they changed it and why it worked.
I think it was the best All-Star game that I've seen. In my 10 years of following basketball, it was the best All-Star game. The others were entertaining. They were fun. They had dunks and everything. But this one was competitive. You saw the best players go at it. Like I'm happy there's no time clock.
Yeah.
Because I feel like 12 minutes would have been too short. This 24 points.
Like, I thought 24 when they first announced this system. I thought 24 points would be nothing.
Especially after the first two
The
quarters.
first two quarters, they just
40,
think,
50 points in each.
but like 24 points took a long time, and they were the most fun 24 points that I watched. Every basket was earned, and then for Team LeBron, you got the defensive duo of Kawhi, LeBron, AD in the front court. Giannis just couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, 0 points. I mean, that's like a big issue for Milwaukee and Giannis. The fact that he couldn't get through a defense. I mean, yes, that defense is probably one of the best in All-Star game history when they're all trying, but like it shows that he is stoppable. And the whole concept of an All-Star game is for the best to go against the best. And then when they actually tried, and both teams played defense this year, which was really good to see. Especially in the fourth quarter, teams put everything on the line. The coaches put the best players on the floors. You had the best matchups. Everything was looking like it was a proper game, and that's what the fans want to see. Even if it was a low-scoring fourth quarter, it was a competitive fourth quarter.
That's where I feel like Giannis and the Bucks and the ECF. I think that's where they might falter. If Toronto can build that wall again, and Giannis has that same issue, and he can't be helped by the Bucks shooters and all, it's a very small percentage, but if the Raptors and Nick Nurse do play the game right, they do have a
But I'm gonna go back to a point we made earlier. We said Raptors don't have a superstar, and you said the whole point of the All-Star game is for the best to go against the best. Giannis was stopped by the best. We saw that, right? With all due respect, I love the Raptors. They're my team. They don't have the best.
But
the best can stop the best.
We had two players finishing the game off. In Kyle Lowry, who took the first two ever charges in the All-Star game. Should have been three, just a reminder. And Pascal Siakam was also in the game. So I think you got to give respect where it's due. Pascal Siakam he's a star who's becoming a superstar. And it might not be this
year. A rising star.
But he's not a rookie.
Well, that's the term. Okay. All right.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Rising
star. In a couple of years, I think he can be the guy. And it might not be this year.
Yeah, paid like to be the guy.
Next year. This year. He's still on a rookie contract.
He can't be like, come on.
For everyone saying you're getting the maximum, starts next year. But I'm just saying, he can be the guy. He's getting the money. Now, do your job, you know what I'm saying?
Even if we talk about predictions, the Raptors, they can make the NBA Finals. On the other side, I feel like it'll be LeBronto. Like, LeBron will come in the final, he'll do LeBronto. Alright? Or Kawhi will just become Kawhi. And
if we make it to the finals, I'm buying. I don't make a lot of money. I'm spending all of it on Raptors jerseys. Jokes aside.
I don't think you make that much.
But they definitely
Yeah.
deserve it. So, final thoughts before we wrap this up on this NBA season?
I think Raptors have played really well as a team. All-Star game was the best by far. Raptors have a pretty tough schedule. You play the Bucks 3 times, and we'll know a lot about the Raptors now. These 3 games against the Bucks. You got the Nuggets twice, the Lakers, at Utah, which is a pretty tough game on its own. But one more time, I think against the Heat before we finish. But it'll be a good finish to the season, and hopefully the Raptors can keep it up.
I just want to say, I think this is one of the most entertaining NBA seasons of all time. Like, before the NBA season, Curry was playing, but he got injured early. Klay Thompson was out. Kevin Durant out. Kyrie Irving, he had his issues. Paul George, he's not been having half the season. All these stars out. You think, this season going to go downhill? In my opinion, I think it's been one of the greatest NBA seasons. This April, I should expect one of the greatest playoffs.
I think it's going downhill for the 76ers.
Yeah. But, they have stars. Hopefully they'll get it together.
Yeah, and no one feels bad for them.
But anyways,
process.
Thank you all for watching. We enjoyed talking. Hope you guys enjoyed listening. Please follow us on all our social medias listed below.
And all these social medias that will come on the screen now. Sports, trends. So, that's about wraps up for today.
Please follow us on Instagram at the No Good Sports Show.
Yeah.
Please share. Please support.
Like, subscribe. You know what to do. Make us famous.
Follow me on IG. Any sponsorship deals, hit me up.
You're getting canceled for sure.
Big things.
Take care.
And it always.